What is up, guys? What is up? Welcome back, Charge the Game podcast, and we are about to unpack this situation as news just broke, released from the Indiana Fever, guys. DeWanna Bonner and the Indiana Fever are expected to not seek any interest in one another, and we want to know what is going on, guys, from Coach White, Caitlin Clark, the Indiana Fever fan base, all of this and how it ties into Alyssa Thomas with the Connecticut Sun, and what I really think is going on here, okay? So, guys, DeWanna, Mrs. Bonner here, we all know that she's been missing in action, has taken a temporary leave of absence, and she has not been back in the last few games. After just 6 games with the Indiana Fever, she's calling it quits. She doesn't want to return to the Indiana Fever. And it's funny, guys, because, you know, we've been seeing her missing in action. We've been seeing Coach White go missing in action. And I'm starting to think, guys, does DeWanna Bonner have a situation? Maybe she misses Alyssa Thomas. That's who her girlfriend is for the Connecticut Sun. And we all know she has a reputation. They're happily married. And guess what, guys? Coach White was the coach for both of them. So now, guys, I'm starting to speculate here because reports came out that Coach White was going to see, about her wife's mom who is sick. But I'm starting to think, there's a lot of love there. Coach White coached both of these, these ladies here who are married to one another. Coach White has more loyalty to DeWanna Bonner, Alyssa Thomas, that she has with Caitlin Clark. Now we know that Coach White was the previous coach for this team, the Connecticut Sun, before the Indiana Fever hired her, which means she still has some ties. Starting to see what's going on here. Because she lives the same lifestyle, she's LGBTQ plus. So are these women. Caitlin Clark is heterosexual. The pressure of being on the Indiana Fever was probably getting to DeWanna Bonner. Maybe she was missing her girl. I don't know who's the man here between these two. And she, guys, guess what? She wants to actively seek a trade to be back with the Connecticut Sun. So this lets me know, guys, that Coach White is really not the person for the job right now. The Indiana Fever, let alone Caitlin Clark. There's too much of this couple on couple, coaches talking to players, assistants, coaches talking to players, all of this scissoring, all of this personal life stuff, guys, is very, very bad for the game. And I'll tell you why. How does Coach Ime Udoka, right, get fired for not messing with a teammate, but messing with someone else's wife in an organization in the NBA, put the Boston Celtics in position to win the championship? And guess what, guys? They let him go. How does the WNBA expect a league to thrive with all of these personal relationships? I have no idea. I understand that these women have a certain lifestyle, but equal opportunity. You guys want to be treated like men. You guys want to be paid like the NBA players. The NBA doesn't allow this nonsense to go on. I don't understand why the WNBA is allowing this stuff to take place. I personally don't. I think that the pressure of these Indiana Fever games, this is the most popular team in the world right now. I mean, I know you guys, probably some Dallas Cowboy fans. You guys know I'm an Eagles fan, so go Birds. We don't really give a shit about the Cowboys over here. But guess what, guys? The Indiana Fever are the most popular team. So anytime there's a game, Coach White and DeWanna Bonner, who aren't used to this type of pressure, they're going to be put under a microscope. And guess what, guys? It's probably making their jobs a lot harder than they think. DeWanna Bonner, who's been in the league 10 plus years, was used to living a simple LGBT life over there in the bubble until Caitlin Clark came into the WNBA. And now, guys, casual fans are very interested in this sport. And now that they're both on the Indiana Fever, oh my goodness, guys, could you imagine the pressure? all of the fan base. Everybody's on their ass. Anytime they have a bad game, they're going to be heavily criticized. And I don't think that either one of them are up to this. I'm just going to be honest with you guys. So DeWanna Bonner wants out. I think that she wants to be back home. I think I'm just going to take a guess here, guys. Maybe Alyssa Thomas. She's the husband, okay? She's the hubby in this situation. And it's funny because I made a video yesterday and I said, I mean, DeWanna Bonner could literally be having just personal issues. Maybe it's a breakup. Maybe it's affecting their marriage, which is why I don't understand this. Could you imagine in the NBA if teammates dated each other? Could you imagine in the NFL if teammates dated each other? But this is the double standard in society that we live in. They want to get paid like the men. They want the salary. They want the celeb. They want the status. But they don't want to abide by the same rules that us men have to live on a day-to-day basis. Talk about hypocrites. I mean, seriously, look at this. This is Slam Magazine, guys. Now, I'm not judging anyone's lifestyle, but this is my channel. Okay, guys, I'm entitled to my own opinion, and I think that this is bad for the sport. I think this is why Jason Whitlock made the video saying that Caitlin Clark needs a heterosexual male, because you have 90% of this. Guys, I'm willing to go 95% of this going around the league right now. And this isn't conducive for the type of player Caitlin Clark is and where the Indiana Fever fans expect them to be. And I do believe that Coach White has more loyalty to DeWanna and Alyssa Thomas here, guys. Which means, guys, she can't decipher how to be a head coach with DeWanna Bonner on the team, because at the end of the day, what Caitlin Clark says is what truly goes. DeWanna Bonner, who's used to being a starter, used to getting playing time, and now that she's not getting her touches like she was with her young wife here, guess what, guys? She's probably throwing a bit of a tantrum. And you know what? Caitlin Clark is probably tired of that shit. Maybe she doesn't want to deal with it. Maybe it's causing a great divide in the locker room. Maybe this is what's really going on, why they wouldn't help Caitlin Clark against Marbury when she got pushed to the floor, because of all of the antics that are going on in the locker room. I mean, this is one of the most weirdest situation, guys, to be in. I mean, to this sport, I just don't understand how they expect this league to sustain and allow Caitlin Clark to be able to lift this league up, because she is the tide that is raising all the boats right now. They got some shit going on, man. And quite frankly, guys, I don't know if it's going to be sustainable. I don't know if Caitlin Clark is truly going to be able to continue, to thrive in a league where the coach is having relationships or scissoring and all this other stuff is going on. The coach is biased because she's LGBTQ, just like the rest of these women. And it's all starting to make sense now. It says here, guys, that the Indiana Fever are expected to part ways with one of their marquee offseason acquisitions after just 9 games. The Fever and DeWanna Bonner are expected to go their separate ways just a few months after 6-time All-Star signed a 1-year deal with the organization. Bonner started the first 3 games of the season for Indiana before head coach Stephanie White moved her to a bench role while putting Lexi Hall into the starting lineup. Bonner came off the bench for 6 games before the team ruled her out of the following 4 contests due to personal reasons. It says here, guys, that Bonner has no interest and returning to play for the Fever, and that the 37-year-old would prefer to land with the Phoenix Mercury or Atlanta Dream, whether via trade or being waived. Now I want you to think about this, guys. DeWanna Bonner has the audacity to just quit and say, hey, I don't have interest in playing for you guys anymore. That lets me know that this is more than just personal. This is petty. It's probably a lot of animosity coming off of that bench, not being able to start. Coach White probably promised you that you were going to have some type of role. We expected DeWanna Bonner to be this big time acquisition, right? Seems like that's not the situation at all, to be honest. She hasn't been performing. She looks old, right? And maybe in her mind, she thought that she could just pick up where she left off with the Connecticut Sun. But the Indiana Fever and those fans are intense. And I think that they have gotten to DeWanna Bonner. I think that the treatment of Caitlin Clark, you obviously got moved to the bench. Lexi Hall, a white girl, took your place. right? Because you weren't producing enough. Now, guys, in this social media led society where a lot of the women in the league like to play victim, it's probably not a good feeling. You'll probably want to feel like this has something to do with race. You're not getting your way. And at the end of the day, man, these women, they are highly emotional. Okay. As tough as they want to act, right? As hard as they want to be, they are women. And she's in her feelings. Sounds like she wants to go back home and be with her wife. Just call it like it is. Let's just be honest. That's what I'm getting here, guys. You let me know what y'all think. But all we could do is speculate here. And they get so mad that people know their business, but this is what they want. They mix business with pleasure 24/7, from the staff to the players to the coaches. It's just crazy. And what's even more crazy is how acceptable that this is. They're going to have to come up with something, man, because think about this, guys. Just like we saw with Nylissa Smith and DeJounte Carrington, Nylissa Smith and Indiana Fever, she did nothing when DeJounte Carrington would go at Caitlin Clark. You can't even defend the face of the league, the best player on the team, because of your love affairs with someone else on the opposite team. And it's going to forever keep being this way. And this is why these women are so angry that the casual fans have come to the game, because they wanted to be in their own bubble. They want to be paid millions of dollars and be left alone in their LGBTQ community, which we don't really have a problem with how you are. That's your lifestyle. But you guys want more money. You guys are going to be on TV more. You guys are going to be more scrutinized. You guys are going to be under a microscope. And maybe, guys, the pressure of this is just getting to DeWanna Bonner. Just maybe. And of course, guys, X reacts in the comment section. Thank you. We have no interest as well. Terrible stats, terrible fit, washed. Let's get someone good who can help us. And I agree. DeWanna Bonner, her heart isn't in it. It's just when people come to the Fever, they refuse to buy into the Caitlin Clark effect. It's all about the white girl, in my opinion, man. You can't convince me. If Caitlin Clark was not on this team, DeWanna Bonner would have no problem sitting here. She want to be with her wife in Phoenix. I told you guys, man, she's homesick. She misses Bay. And then the pressure from these fans are killing her. It's destroying her. In a few, no one will remember her. That's like nobody remembers Jordan's backcourt partner. Or better yet, who remembers Curry's starting backcourt partner? Do what y'all do best. Hit up Google. So basically they're saying she's yesterday's news. Bye. Won't miss her. And guys, she wasn't putting up these world beater stats at all. She looked washed. She looked slow. She looked unenthused. Her morale was very low. Just a locker room killer at this point. DeWanna Bonner is an overrated has-been whose talent has been grossly overrated by the real and longtime fans of the WNBA. Her lack of skill sets prohibit her from playing with the likes of Caitlin Clark. Happy retirement. And guys, let's be honest, man. You guys see it in Coach White's face, man. These coaches, they quiver when it comes to these angry women, okay? These angry women, and they are predominantly black, right? But I don't want to say angry black women, of course, because not all of them are angry. I'm just going to be honest. But these women, they intimidate these coaches. They intimidate the staff. And you guys don't think that her wife was advocating for her to be an active participator on this roster? This league, man, this league needs to fucking grow up. Why would this realization have taken her multiple weeks? If she didn't want to play, that's totally fine, but she should have moved on immediately and saved herself and the Fever precious time. Very odd situation. Something seems off. And that's exactly why I keep bringing Coach White into the equation. Coach White is trying to serve two masters. That is the Caitlin Clark fan base and Caitlin Clark herself. And on the other side of that is DeWanna Bonner and her wife, because of her ties and her loyalty there. That's all it is. She's not logical enough and strong enough to decipher and have great discernment and be able to take over this team with that type of energy in the locker room, because, guys, she isn't built like that. Which is why I keep telling you guys I agree with Jason Whitlock. You need a heterosexual male coach in that locker room ASAP. So you guys let me know what y'all think about this. What do you speculate is going on inside of that locker room of the Indiana Fever organization, man? And will this move help move the needle for Caitlin Clark and company to thrive and finish out this season best they can. Let me know what you guys think. Once again, thank you guys for watching. Subscribe to the YouTube channel if you have not. Also, hit the like, share, and notification bell for more future content. See you guys in the next one. Peace.